Every year, Xiaomi always presents its best smartphones with qualified specifications, which are able to rival the flagship of various other well-known smartphone brands. There are many best smartphones from Xiaomi that can accompany your days in 2025 to do various multitasking jobs to play games smoothly. Well, for those of you who want to use the best Xiaomi phones in 2025, here are the recommendations for the best Xiaomi phones 2025 that you can choose from. The Xiaomi 15 Ultra comes with advanced camera technology in collaboration with Leica, including a 1-inch 50-megapixel Sony LYT900 main sensor and a 200-megapixel Samsung HP9 periscope camera for long-distance sharp zoom. It features 8K video, cinematic LOG mode, and advanced stabilization. In terms of performance, it is powered by Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 Elite, up to 16 GB of RAM, and a 6,000 mAh battery with 90-watt fast charging. The display is a 6.73-inch WQHD plus AMOLED LTPO, supporting 120 Hz adaptive refresh rate and 3200 nits brightness. Other features include Dolby Atmos, Wi-Fi 7, and IP68 certification for water and dust resistance. The price of the Xiaomi 15 Ultra starts at $922. The Xiaomi 14T Pro comes across as a powerful flagship with a 6.67-inch 1.5K AMOLED display, 144 Hz refresh rate, and up to 4000 nit brightness. Powered by the Dimensity 9300 Plus chipset, 12 GB of RAM, and up to 512 GB of storage, the performance is very capable. Endurance is supported by a 5,000 mAh battery with 120-watt fast charging and 50-watt wireless, as well as the 3D ice loop cooling system. The camera uses a Leica system, 50-megapixel Light Fusion 900 main lens, 50-megapixel telephoto, 2.6 times zoom, and 12-megapixel ultra-wide plus up to 8K video and 32-megapixel 4K front camera. AI features like Gemini and Interpreter add productivity value. Equipped with HyperOS based on Android 14, 5G connectivity, Wi-Fi 7, NFC, and water and dust resistance thanks to IP68 certification. Xiaomi 14T Pro price, starting from $547. Even though it was released in 2024, this smartphone is still worth choosing today. The Xiaomi Mix Flip has a large 4.01-inch all-around liquid external display that wraps around the two main cameras. The panel uses AMOLED type with a refresh rate of 120 Hz and a maximum brightness of 3000 nits. Performance is top-notch thanks to support from Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 LPDDR5G RAM. The Xiaomi Mix Flip's rear camera uses a Leica dual-camera setup with a Summilux lens. The main camera consists of a 50-megapixel Light Fusion 800 sensor and a secondary 50-megapixel Leica floating telephoto camera with 2x optical zoom. To bring a telephoto camera to a compact device, Mix Flip uses a 47mm floating Leica telephoto lens with a minimum focusing distance of 9 centimeters. Xiaomi Mix Flip price from $799. Xiaomi Mixfold 4 comes touted as one of the heavy competitors of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Even the design is very light and thin. When folded, the dimensions are only 159.37 by 73.1 millimeters. When opened to 180 degrees, the size is not so wide at 159.37 by 143.1 millimeters. Even the thickness is only about 9.47 millimeters when folded and 4.59 millimeters when opened. The weight is very light at around 226 grams. The most prominent advantage in this Xiaomi Mixfold 4 is in terms of the camera. Unmitigated, Xiaomi embeds 4 of the best cameras from Leica on the back of the smartphone body. Regarding performance, this phone relies on Snapdragon Gen 3 and graphics from Adreno 750. The storage capacity has 2 choices of RAM type LPDDR5X with a capacity of 12 GB or 16 GB. Then, there are still more choices of internal memory capacity with UFS 4.0 type, including 256 GB, 512 GB, up to 1 TB. Xiaomi Mixfold 4 price, starting from $1,230. The Xiaomi Poco F7 Pro sports a 6.67-inch QHD Plus AMOLED display, 1440 by 3200 pixels resolution, featuring 68 billion colors, 120 Hz refresh rate, and Dolby Vision and HDR10 Plus support with 3200 nit peak brightness, which is covered with Gorilla Glass 7i and a glass aluminum IP68 body. There are 3 elegant color options, namely black, blue, and silver. The kitchen is powered by Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 4nm fabrication, combined with 12 GB of RAM and up to 512 GB of UFS 4.1 storage, running Android 15 with HyperOS 2. On the camera side, the dual rear module consists of a 50-megapixel OIS main lens and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide. All features are supported by a 6,000 mAh battery with 90-watt cable charging, fully charged plus or minus 37 minutes. The price of the Poco F7 Pro starts at $461.